All right, welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. I'm Jim, and this is a trading edition of Jim of All Trades. There's always an element of trading in all of my videos, and hopefully, as you watch these, you'll become a better trader. You'll learn how to maximize what you're doing with your Litecoin and Bitcoin and whatever other commodity you might be trading. In this episode, I'm going to give you my complete trading strategy, start to finish. At least my rules for. I don't have time to give you everything the way I think about it, but I've got basically a 5-step plan for my trading strategy. And so I want to give that to you so that you can maybe begin to implement some of these rules in your own trading. Number one, let me just remind you that I am not a financial advisor. I'm not here to help you spend your money. I'm not here to tell you how to spend your money or recommend how to do it. I'm going to share with you how I spend my money, how I trade my money so I can multiply it if I can. I see a trade setting up now, and so I want to kind of share it with you. Even though I think we have more down movement to come in Litecoin, I think there's going to be a temporary, good little trade set up for me, and so I'm gonna show it to you using my rules. So here we go. We are looking at Litecoin right now. I am trading Litecoin. What we want to do is first off, the first thing I want to just as I want to think about a trade is I need to see divergence in the 1 hour chart. That's rule number one. I want to be able to see divergence on the RSI and in the 1 hour chart, at least the 1 hour. Okay, so here's the 1 hour chart. Here we have the strength of the move to the downside is actually weakening. That means strength to the upside is getting stronger as we move. So that's one thing. You'll also notice that this really is a wedge being created. Of course, it corresponds with the wedge that's already up here as well. You can see that as well. But nevertheless, we do have an upward movement in the RSI while we have a downward movement in price. That is divergence. So check mark on number one. Second thing, I want to see that the price has reached a level of completion for the fib patterns that normally play out. So I'm going to take you over here to the 6 hour chart. I've put the fibs on this movement. I think this is a 5 wave deal, and I think we're finishing up wave 3. My guess, and I could be wrong on this, but right now, and I'm not going to take the time in this video to explain my rationale. I question how many actually watch it all to see my rationale. But here's a 1, 2. I think this whole thing is 3. We're going to be coming up for 4. That's the trade I'm hoping to take. And 5. This could be wrong. Okay, I want to explain that. This could be wrong, but I think this is probably what we're going to be looking at, and price is going to end up coming down here, something like that. Okay, so yeah, we're going to look at that and see. So, but here, look at the 618. I think this 3 wave is finished. I want to trade this 4 wave. Price has come down to the 1618 and passed it. That's a good landing point for a 3 wave. So there's a strong potential now. This is close to the bottom of wave 3. So that is my check mark at number 2. We've got fibs at a completion level. All right, number 3. Does this correlate with Bitcoin? Can I see an up move, an upward move setting up in Bitcoin? So let's go over to the Bitcoin chart and see what we see. Now, when I look at the Bitcoin chart, I'm also seeing a subdivision, and I'm thinking that this is what's going on in Bitcoin. We've actually got 1 wave, a 2 wave. This was actually 3, and we're coming up for 4. We're going to then come down for 5. So we're actually in this move. Litecoin is in this move with Bitcoin. I'm thinking that's what could possibly be taking place. So I see a potential for that indeed to be true. Now, let's throw the fibs on this little move right here and see if this is corrective. So the question is this move right here corrective? So is this a 1 wave followed by a 2? Without getting into what all this is probably A, B, and this is making C going up. That means this would be a 1 wave and then a 2 wave of that C going up, and then we're heading up for 3. If that's the case, this needs to be corrective if I put my fibs on here. So let's check it and see if it looks corrective. We've got 1 to the A to the B wave. Look where we landed, the 1276. That is a corrective landing point. This looks like it's coming up for a 1 wave, going to be followed by a 2, and so forth. So it is a possibility that Bitcoin is showing also a potential uptrend. Another possibility I just want you to be know about is that this is a 1, this is 2, this is going to be a 3. I think that's not the case because this is coming up too high for this wave. This looks 3 wave-ish, not 5 wave-ish, and so there's a lot of reasons why I don't think that is the scenario, but I have in the back of my mind that that's a potential. Let's go back to the chart here. So number 1, got divergence. Number 2, fibs are at completion level for Litecoin. Number three, there is correlation with Bitcoin. It looks like there's going to be an up move as well with Bitcoin. Number four, determine the plan for entry using the 1-2 wave strategy. Now, I've been explaining in videos. If you've been watching, I've got a 1-2 wave strategy. Let me just show you what that strategy looks like. Let me go to this chart. It's a lot cleaner, and I'll show you what we're talking about. So if we want to trade a wave, price comes down here, right? And then we're going to have a reversal. We're going to have a 1 wave. It's going to be followed by a pretty deep 2 wave. It's going to come up for 3, and that's the wave we want to catch, right? And 4. So we want to trade this. Well, listen, I don't know when price reverses. It's hard to tell. So what we do is we wait for price to reverse, okay? So as price comes down here, right, it's going to reverse, but it's going to reverse in 5 waves. And so I'm expecting this to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. That's what I'm expecting. And so I want to see that 5 waves complete, and then I want to see that followed by 3 waves. And so I want to see that 3 wave. Let me see if I can get the 3 wave mark on there. I'm looking for A, B, C, like so. Now, if I zoom in on this a little bit, this should retrace anywhere. If I use the retracement tool of a 1 wave, come on, there we go. If I start here at the bottom here, go to the top of the wave here, this 2 wave should retrace anywhere between the 50 mark to the 618 to the 786 in this range. Okay, and so I'm looking for a retracement that deep. And this right here, this 2 wave, okay, that is the entry point. Okay, right here. This is where we're going to enter the trade. Why do we enter the trade here? Couple reasons. Number one, if you enter up here, do you like to wait for price to go against you? What if price continues down and you entered up here? You are wrong about the trade. So that's a really horrible place to enter when you see price moving to jump in right there. Horrible place. So we wait for it to retrace. This is where we enter. Why is this a better entry point? Well, if I enter here and price continues down, where's my stop loss? Where am I going to put my stop? It's going to be right here. Okay, that's going to be right below this mark if we make a deeper retracement. Or here's what I normally do. I normally just let it go. I was like, okay, the trade went against me, and I watch it go against me. And you say, Jim, that's really hard to do. Yeah, it's hard to do, but here's what my screen is really not helping me at all. Sorry guys. I'm on the 6 hour. That might be the problem. Yeah, let me go. Let me go to the 8 hour here. There we go. Got it. Sorry about that, fellas and ladies. All right. So what was I saying? The stop loss would be right here. Now, what I often do is let price go against me, because if price is going to come down here, it's going to come down in 5 waves, right? So if it comes down in 5 waves against me, what's that mean after that 5 waves is done? I'm going to have 3 waves coming back here. Usually, if it comes down here, this is going to be a 1 wave, right? So I know price is going to come back to me. So I just usually will wait for price to come back to me, and then I'll exit the trade, or I'll evaluate. Maybe the trade continues on from there. So we evaluate. So that's the way I think. That's my 1-2 trade strategy. It's a very, very high probability trade setup, and we have that setting up right now on the chart. And so what I want to do now is now that I've given you the strategy, I want to actually take you through how to think about this trade that's being set up right now. I'm going to show you what I'm thinking, and I'm giving you this free of charge. It's taken me 3 years to learn these things and to practice these, and I hope it's helping you, and I'm giving it to you free of charge. Would you just smash that like button right now? Would you hit the subscribe button? Would you share this material with friends and family and whatever? Let's just help this YouTube channel just explode. This is powerful information that people need to have. Trading can be learned. You can learn it, and you can maximize the money for your family. And so I've depended upon free information off the internet. I haven't really paid for courses. I've been learning from others, and so I want to pass that on to you as well. Okay, so there's our trade strategy. Right here, we've determined our plan. We need to determine our plan with our 1-2 wave strat. So let's look at that. So if this is the bottom here, I need to expect that this wave right here should be 5 waves. So I can't count it in this time frame. So let's go to the 15-minute chart and see if I can count it in that time frame. And that's pretty good. Maybe the 10-minute chart will be a little bit more detailed. How about the 5-minute chart? Is that even better? It certainly is. It gives us a little bit bigger, something to work with, and let's count this. Is this finished? Now, there's a possibility that this 5 waves is not finished, and so that's what we want to wait to see. So how do we know if it's finished? Well, here's my count so far. Here's some potential counts. We've got 1, 2. Okay, that all this is 3. This is actually 4 being created right here. Okay, and then we're going to come down for 5, then we'll finish. Now, if we make a new low, if we go down from here and make a new low, that means that's the 5th wave of this wave. That means we're at the bottom. We either want to wait for that 1 wave to come up and then the 2 wave, or we could have a more risky entry and go ahead and enter when we see 5 waves coming down. So that's a potential. So that's a potential count. But here's another potential count, because let me show you what my fibs are doing. So if I put the fibs on it, and we always want to throw the fibs on to measure and see what's going on. We've got this 3-wave. This could be the 3-wave right here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I really don't like it. I don't see the subdivision for the 3, so I think that this is probably the 3-wave down here. So that is certainly a potential. We see that this wave is coming up here to this level of level 1. So we know that an Elliott wave, the 4 doesn't really retrace into the 1. Excuse me, it shouldn't retrace into the 1. So I'm seeing this line right here. If this wave comes past this 1 level, I know that this wave is complete, this 5th wave is done, and then this is actually a 1 wave. So this is my test here. I want to see if this comes back. If it doesn't, and we come down here for 5, this is where we're looking to enter, or we're seeing the 1 wave finish, and then that we enter on the 2. Either way, that's kind of what we're looking at. That's the scenario. So we've got 2 scenarios. We need to figure out the plan. How do we tell what the plan is going to be? If this comes up, and it retraces this significantly, if it just wicks into it and comes back, we're probably okay. But if this goes significantly into here, and then comes back, that means this is a 1 wave. We're followed by a 2. We need to be looking for our entry. So that means we should be looking for something like this: 1, and then 2, and then up for 3, 4, 5 up there somewhere. That's not to size. That's just to show you, this is what we're focused in on right now, this 1-2 wave. Now, if that's not 1-2 and we're dealing with 4 and then we've got 5, then we need to wait, and we're going to be looking for that down here somewhere, okay? And so you can actually see how price is actually turning down right here. But what I like to do when I see price turning down, it's making another wave, we're going to throw the fibs on that, okay? We're going to put the fib right there to there. And we want to see this. We want to see this come down. If this comes down past the 1618, that means this is a 1, 2, 3 wave. So I should expect 4 and 5 coming down. We should see 5 waves coming down. If this stops here, if this stops at the 1276 and then bounces up, that means this was a 4 wave. That means this is 1. So the count of this would be 1, 2. This would be 3, 4, and 5. And when this comes up here, we know it's invalidated. A potential. This is not a 4 wave. Most likely, this is going to be a 1 wave followed by a 2. So we should expect to see 3 waves coming down after that. So we're just watching for shape here, guys. We're watching for shape, and we say, okay, we know what Elliott waves, we know what shapes Elliott waves make. We're just trying to, we're planning this trade out. I'm going to be keeping you up to date in the Litecoin swing trading community. I'm going to let you know when I enter. I'm going to let you know where my stops are as well. But if this comes down, you know the scenario. So here's the plan. So now where's my exit strategy? Because that's the final thing. I need to know where I'm going to be exiting. Well, listen, we're not sure what this is yet. This is either ABC and it's extended, or this is an A wave. Another possibility, and I know there's a lot of possibilities, guys, but you got to think like this. You got to understand the waves. This could be an ABC, like so. It could be a flat like that, and then we're coming down for 5 waves. That's a possibility. So I'm going to be watching for that. I'm going to be looking for something triangular being created here, going sideways. That is always, always, always a possibility. So how do we trade this, or how do we set our stops? Well, if this is actually a 1, a 1 2, we got a 1 followed by a 2. We're going to enter here. We're going to set our stop right under this, or when we see price going below this area, we're gonna exit the trade, or we'll just wait it out, let it come back to us, and then exit the trade, and it is going to continue on down. So that's what we're looking at, and that's how we think about this trade. All right, as this sets up, I'll put it in the Litecoin swing trading community. If you're not part of our trading community on Facebook, please join us. It's at Litecoin Swing Trading Community. You can just search that. You just ask to be a member. It's completely free, and we share charts and we share trading strategies there. All right, I hope this video has been helpful to you. Please like, please subscribe, comment. Tell me what questions you have. If you have any questions, tell me if you liked it. Are you watching the whole video? Is this helpful to you? I want to just give me some encouragement as we keep on making these videos and to help me build this channel. Okay, I hope you guys have a fantastic Sunday night, and looking forward to a good trade on Monday. We'll talk to you later.